And here we are. Maybe you're getting ready to leave and you're wondering what's the weather going to be like today. I'll tell you, when you step outside, it is going to be quite a bit different than yesterday. Warm and muggy. Katie Steiner's forecast. Good chance of hitting the big 80 today. If we hit 80, it'll be the first time in what, 3 weeks?
Yep.
3 weeks?
August 20th.
The 20th, August 20th, Katie says. Tonight, rain, and this is the forecast I've really been looking at. I sent this to my 14-year-old. Mow or no, today, mow.
I'm so honored.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about it last night. Katie said you got to mow today. So Seth will be mowing the lawn in Maple Grove this afternoon, or at least he better. So tell your kids to mow the lawn today. All right, let's talk about this. Has this ever happened to you? It's a dream of mine, really. A bank error in my favor. You know, you check your bank account, all of a sudden this huge amount of money shows up. These guys hit the jackpot. They're from Pennsylvania. $120,000 just showed up in their bank account. So what did they do? They spent it all. They bought an SUV, 2 four-wheelers, a camper, a car trailer. They paid off all their bills. But they're also charitable. They gave $15,000 away to friends in need. Of course, those friends didn't say, where'd this money come from? Took a couple weeks for the bank to catch the error. So the bank called them up and said, like, hey, you owe us $120,000. They've been charged with theft. This is video of them walking into the courthouse. What would you do in this situation? Would you spend it? What if it wasn't $120,000? What if it were maybe $1,000? Would you spend it? What would you spend the money on? What would you do? If you're watching on the WCCO Facebook page, leave a comment. We'll share through some of your highly ethical and sanctimonious opinions in just a minute. Maybe some of you will be honest and say you would spend some of it. Let's get to the news, because it has been a very violent night in St. Paul. Police there investigating 3 new homicides. All of them happened within hours of each other. We'll start with the first one yesterday afternoon. This one just brazen, right in the middle of the day. Police say a teenager was shot and killed in the north end of town. Busy intersection, middle of the afternoon. Police say an 18-year-old man was shot and killed. This is Rice Street, right around 4:30. Then this one is really shocking. The violence continuing in the Payne-Phelan neighborhood. One guy here who caused a couple of car crashes. A Good Samaritan shows up to help, and the man shot and killed the Good Samaritan.
This Good Samaritan came out on his own free will and did exactly that. He came out to help. Unfortunately, he paid for it with his life. And our heart aches for his family.
Oh, all of ours do. Unbelievable. Police told us that Good Samaritan died right there. They did arrest the killer. We're still trying to find out what caused this just crazy rampage. But then police back on another shooting a couple hours later in Frogtown. 2 men show up to Regents Hospital with gunshot wounds. One of them later died. So police have a lot of questions here. Is this just a coincidence that these 3 shootings all happened within 9 hours? Are they connected? What's the motive? 2 potential killers on the loose, from the first one in the afternoon and then this one in the early morning hours. So contact police if you know anything about any of it. A Duluth synagogue in ruins after an early morning fire. We first told you about this massive fire at Adass Israel yesterday morning. Authorities say, all right, their first investigation finds no signs that any accelerants were used, but the building is very unstable, so they haven't been able to really get in there and do a thorough investigation. They're hoping to work on that today. As far as the faith community response, other synagogues and churches in the Duluth area have stepped forward to offer that congregation a place to worship. It is Apple's big day. We will get a look at its new devices, new gadgets, maybe new services, all that coming out around noon our time here in the Twin Cities. Company expected to unveil 3 new iPhones, some new AirPods, a new MacBook, new Apple Watch. Some price details have been leaking. Multiple reports saying the iPhone 11 will start at $749 and then go up to $1,100. You know, depending on the model, the size is going to be the Plus, is going to be the X, whatever they're going to call all these things. So we'll be watching that today. And I'll just take my wallet out and you can just take my money, Apple. That's how that works. FDA is cracking down on Juul, saying the e-cigarette maker misled the public. FDA sent 2 letters to Juul Labs warning the company about illegally marketing its product as a safer alternative to cigarettes. The FDA letter highlights testimony from 2 teens where they say a Juul representative told students the product was, quote, totally safe. A Juul spokesperson says we are reviewing the letters and will fully cooperate. St. Paul's biggest concert and sports venue is changing its policies to be more in line with pretty much what everybody else is doing. Starting October 15th, you can only bring a clear tote, a plastic gallon storage bag, or a tiny little purse about the size, like a clutch, about the size of your hand into the arena. This is the same policy the Wild already used for their games. It's an NHL policy. So it's just being extended to all the other stuff, the concerts. Also, I was surprised that people were able to do this, but you can't leave the arena and re-enter for any reason. So like if you had to run to your car or anything or go outside for smoke, you cannot do that. Once you're in, you're in. Chance the Rapper is choosing the dad life over the rock star life. Well, at least when it comes to his upcoming tour. He has postponed it. There was going to be a stop at XL in St. Paul. He says he wants to spend more time with his growing family. It's pretty cool, actually. Chance is from Chicago. He and his wife just welcomed their 2nd daughter, little baby there. He says, okay, after my first daughter, I went on tour 2 weeks later, and I missed all the good stuff, all the big milestones, and I wasn't there for my wife. So he said he's not going to make that mistake again. Dates for the Big Day Tour are being pushed back to next year. The new St. Paul date is still being worked out. Good stuff there. Wendy's rolling out its breakfast menu nationwide next year. Are you ready for a Wendy's bacon sandwich or a honey butter chicken biscuit? Wendy's usually not open for breakfast. Company plans on hiring roughly 20,000 new workers. An iconic board game is getting some girl power. Hasbro launching a new version of Monopoly called Ms. Monopoly. In this version, women start with more money. And like, if you're playing with a group, the dudes get $200 when they pass go. The ladies get $240. Instead of investing in real estate, players invest in inventions and innovations made by women. Hasbro saying, you know, the rest of the world has had an advantage for men for all these years. Why not give women a little advantage in this version of Ms. Monopoly, hitting stores later this month? Let's get back to today's talker. It's all about getting big money, a bank error. Speaking of Monopoly, the only time I've ever had a bank error in my favor was when I pulled that chance card. What do you get for the bank error in your favor? It's like $15 in Monopoly, I think. If I had a $15 bank error, maybe I would keep it. This couple from Pennsylvania got $120,000 and spent it all without telling the bank. And now they're in trouble with the law. Our digital guy, Cole, has been keeping an eye on the comments on the WCCO Facebook page. Cole, what would people do?
Yeah, we have a lot of law-abiding folks in the
come on.
Yeah,
you guys are full of it.
Yeah, Cindy's saying, I would return the money if that happened to me. I know that if you pocket found money, you're guilty of a misdemeanor at least.
Yeah, 120,000, like. Also, like, come on, what's a misdemeanor?
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a misdemeanor on their record? It's fine.
We have Carmen saying, go and ask questions and check it out before cashing anything. We have Leon saying, too good to be true. It's not true.
It's true.
And then,
that is true. Is it not true? Which is it?
And then we have Katie saying, let the bank know, but honestly, I look at my account so rarely that they might find it first.
Probably true, right? For a lot of people. I don't know. What about you, Cole? Okay, like, I think most of us would not spend $120,000. Yeah. But like $50?
I mean, maybe, you know, it's a low amount. I mean, usually it goes in, you know, it's against the customer.
Yes! So when do we ever get it?
Yeah,
that's right.
Positivity.
Stick it to the banks. I like it. All right, that's it. 7:34. We're done. Thanks for watching us. We love being here for you online, keeping you up to date all the time on the WCCO Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you are, we are. We'll be back again tomorrow at 7:34. Have a great day.